Hi everybody, Mars here, the golf professional at Southwick Park Golf Club. Just a little bit on chipping practice and the ability to be able to relax when you chip, because I do see that the biggest problem I probably see in people chipping and difficult little shots over bunkers and things like that is not always the technique, it's the tension and the anxiety in them. So I'm just going to just chip some balls, and this is how I like to start my chipping practice. So 60-degree wedge out of a bit of fluffy ground, so it's always a bit nicer to have something under your club to help you chip instantly. And I'm actually going to chip quite quickly, just trying to get my little feel and rhythm thing going. So I'm literally just not even going to look where they're going, and just pop balls for a bit, so then get into a nice little flowy swing. Everything feels nice and easy, and just keep going like that for a few minutes, not even looking where they're going, not even trying to find my landing area, just the feel and just the relaxed rhythm of it all. And this helps me a little bit, because it stops you getting that anxious sort of, you know, if I get a bad one in a minute and thin one, I'll just quickly get on to the next one and keep popping balls. But I feel pretty confident that this will carry on, and after a little while I'll do a few more. Got a nice little floaty shot going on, mixture of lies, bit of a difficult one, dig into that a little bit. And you just keep going for a little while and just keep popping balls, not really bothering where they're going, just see if you can float them up in the air. Right, now I've got that going for a bit, maybe I'd have done that for a few more balls. And now I've got that feel and that relaxed feel, I can start to be a bit fussier. So pick a landing area and try and settle into a shot. A little bit short. Okay, let's do another one. Felt all right. And in that way I can take a bit more time, concentrate a little bit more, and try and get the chipping going even more, and I can move about a bit. But that initial part where you're not thinking, just popping balls. I see people do it one-handed. I mean, John Daly famously, and he's just use the bounce of that club and feel yourself slipping it under the ball and keep it moving so it doesn't stop. And you can do that with both hands if you feel confident enough to do it. I think there's a lot of one-handed, left-handed chippers out there that are probably quite good. Just use the bounce of the club. It stops you doing the things that you don't want to do in chipping, like, let's give you a bit of chipping anxiety, risky one. All that flicker nonsense, that's no good, is it? We've got to keep the club moving and travelling through. You've got to keep the, like I've said to you before in other chipping videos, you want to feel like the handle is staying ahead. So if you can get that feeling that you're keeping your hands ahead, they're not getting too far behind. I know a lot of you watching your Dan Greaves stuff with his various releases, but really, if you just use the loft of the club, it'll pop it up in the air for you. As long as you've got the club going downwards through the shot, you can try something with a different release, can't you? Like a bit more across, give you the higher, softer one maybe. But I'm just trying to get to you that relaxed state, like everything's easy. So look, chipping balls, when you get to your next one, a little tricky one over a bunker, think, oh, this is easy, I'll just pop balls and you'll be all right. So try it just to initially, that initial part of your practice, just so you don't put any pressure on yourself to start hitting great shots straight away from a difficult lie. Just nest yourself in, a little bit of space under the ball to get the club, and then we can talk about technique much more. But initially it's a feel and just a nice little flow, and that's that. If you get that flow going with your chipping, you're good, and then you won't get your anxiety and your knee knocker over your first shot of the day. So I'm going to carry on chipping balls, and in a minute though I'll knuckle down and try and get them all close to the hole. But initially I'm just gonna get my feel, and that's all I want, trying to say to you guys, really. Get your feel, get used to that club slipping underneath the ball, a constantly flowing swing. So it's 1, 2, just little tick-tocky swings. The bad ones are the 1-2s, very too quick, even though I scooped underneath it. We don't want any of that. No leaning back to help it up, that ain't gonna work. You're gonna just feel that weight flow through the ball. Everything's easy, and once you get that going, and you might say, oh, you're making it look easy, but is this a complicated technical move just to swing your arms backwards and forwards like that? Not really, is it? You can all do that. It's that stops you being a good chipper. See you all again next week.
So you can see it, this swing here, the position here, back in position.